Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to the channel, Arising Next Level. I'm your host, Uncle Will. If you are on disability, Medicare, you are unable for whatever reason, you got some personal challenges while you're not working, this is your perfect time to make a comeback. We're in a temporary setback for a comeback. Now, I worked 40 years. I worked 40 years. I was making good money, and then I had a challenge that stopped me from working. I had to go on disability, and I had to go on to Medicare, but I thank God the programs was there. And I had to go on Social Security, but I thank God the programs was there. I worked for it. I've been paying into it 40 years, and plus that because I worked when I was younger. But I think it's a temporary setback for my comeback. I don't plan to be here the next few years. I'm making my plan. I'm making my steps to keep moving forward. I'm not gonna be on these programs all my life. I do thank God they here. Don't get me wrong, but I can't have nothing. Basically, I might as well be truthful, right? They don't want you to have nothing in the bank. Even say if you get like a little increase in your Social Security, they take back something else they gave you. And God put all this stuff down here for us to enjoy. That's why I don't see why they can fund the war, but they can't put nothing in the Social Security. They say the Social Security running out, but look, you funding wars. You funding the White House. But you can't help the citizens that put you in the White House. You can't help the citizens that help you get there. And you can't help the citizens that aren't comfortable with you being there, but you there. So why can't you invest back in Americans? I don't get that. I went to Washington, D.C. one time, and I was surprised that Washington, D.C. had homeless people on the streets. Y'all making the laws. You're setting the rules. You the home of the president. You the home of Republican Party, the Democratic Party. I'm talking about the people that make the laws, that make the rules, that say we can and cannot do. Those in authority over us, as the scripture talks about. But you make everything. You even make the money. And people in D.C. is homeless. I couldn't believe it, y'all. But it's happening in all 50 states and the District of Columbia, I see. But anyway, we can't be stalled right there. We got to make our own plan and make our own decision on how we're going to get out of this position we're in. If you're low income, if you're on Medicare, we're going to have to learn how to ball on the budget, which I have learned how to do that. Now I'm writing out my plan to move forward. I'm not going to be on these programs all my life. I didn't start off this way, and I don't want to end this way. I want to end up like Tyler Perry or Uncle Steve Harvey or Oprah Winfrey. They're rich. I don't plan to be here all my life. I'm going to move forward.